Greetings, viewers. This is CP666 signing on for the video that I should have made a long time ago. And that is the reinstallation of Windows on this computer. And yes, I am going to be reinstalling Windows on this computer. I'm not going to be installing Linux because, well, Linux is not really right for my use case. There are some things where Linux is great. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I'm going to have to remember that I need to make a 400 gigabyte partition for all this crap. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut it down for the final time. I'm not installing Windows 8, for those of you that are going to ask. I'm going to be installing Windows 7. Simply because, A, I don't like Windows 8, and B, I already have a machine that's running Windows 8.1, which is basically what I would be running if I was running or putting Windows 8 on this thing, because I would put the update on as well. So I should hopefully have everything off of the desktop. I should have everything that I need, and I should have no problems. So we're going to just go ahead and just assume I should have all the important stuff anyway, so it wouldn't matter. I have all the documents backed up. So we're going to just go ahead and shut it down for the final time, and then we're going to unplug everything. I guess I can't turn the volume up, so it wouldn't really matter anyway. Shut down. Oh, I guess I can do that. And then shut it down. It's the last shutdown. I will also not be using AVG, just FYI. I'm going to be using something else. AVG sucks. Just because it's just a general nuisance. I'm not going to be using Security Essentials, but I'm going to be using... I think I'm going to just use Avira. Well, Avira likes to break a lot. I did export the sound sheen, so shouldn't have an issue with that. I'm not going to perform any customized, like, background on the splash screen and all that whatnot. I don't really care that much. So wait for it to shut down, then I'll take it out of here, and I'm going to set it up on my desk so I can reinstall the Windows. Oops, just hit my camera with a weather radio. Shut down, dang it. Sitting at the same screen for almost 2 minutes. What is going on? It's not even doing anything. Shut down. Getting a little impatient. One of the reasons why I'm going to be reinstalling Windows is because it takes way too long to do anything. Shouldn't be taking this long. USB stuff, because I'm going to have to do it anyway. That causes it to do something. Finally. And down it goes. Alright, let's get this set up. And I figured that while I was at it, I was going to clean up this mess that is back here as well. I mean, look at that. That is just not really going to help. But this has to come out of here anyway. Right, now I can go grab that. Been a long time since I've seen the rear of this machine. Also been a long time since I moved it for any reason, so I kind of got used to lifting up the 14-inch machines, and lifting up a 15-inch is a little bit different. But what I'm going to be doing right now is basically I'm going to take the second hard drive out, and I'm going to be putting in that DVD drive, which we'll take a closer look at in a second. I don't think I've ever actually used this drive. It's a serial ATA drive. You can see serial Ultra Bay Slim DVD multi-reader drive. I don't think it's a dual layer drive, but it has the huge eject button. Don't think I've ever used it. It came out of the T500 that I put my old drive in just because I liked the big eject button on this one. And that other drive was never going to be used. So we'll go ahead and hopefully install that. Do it the right way. And we'll power the system up. And we'll grab our Windows 7 disk and we'll pop Windows 7 in here and go ahead and install. Alright, so our disk is inserted, and I've verified that that is how I want all that to be set up. So we'll hit escape, escape. It should reboot. Hopefully boot off of the CD. Yeah, the Intel Management Engine. Press any key to boot from CD or DVE. And that's what we're going to do. Now I'm going to do something a little bit different with this particular build of Windows, which you will see when I get to that part. Now I'm actually going to do something a little bit different with this install of Windows 7. And you'll see when I get to it what I'm actually going to, actually do here. So you get a mouse like we're supposed to. That's a good sign. So we're basically at the almost at the point of no return here. Although I'm not going to be returning here anyway. I've got all my files on this particular drive right here, which is the other WD. I accept the license agreement, custom installation, and we're going to delete these partitions. Yes. And now we are officially at the point of no return. What I'm going to do here actually is something a little bit different. I want to make it 400 gigabytes, please. I'm going to figure out what it is and what 400 gigabytes is in that. Alright, that should be about good if I go ahead and apply that. Okay, whatever. I'm going to just go ahead and install to the unallocated space. And so that's about 60-something gigabytes of unallocated space there. So now it's going to copy files, and now we have to play the waiting game. It's about 9:30. Let's see how long this takes. So while that's working and doing its job, let's go ahead and, well, clear up this crap that's all over here. We've got, like, microphones and things like that, that are just all back here and all in the way. Oops. That was a tape. I don't know why it fell, but it fell. Some of this stuff needs 2 hands, of course. This goes to, I believe it's the floppy drive. But this actually goes to, I was talking about the white beige cable or whatever. So there's hard drive number 1. Here's drive number 2. Clean up the routing of these cables a little bit. And I also really want to just clean up the entire thing. What does this go to? It's a USB cable or something. I believe this is drive number 3. Well, it would have to be, yeah. So there's drive number 3. It's the Toshiba drive, which has been in place for a while. As you can see, it's kind of dusty. This is a network cable. So I'm going to leave the network cable here. This can come out. That doesn't need to be here. That's a USB cable. It's 84% of the way done now. Here is some other random cable. Actually, this is for the Nikon Coolpix. Yeah. So instead of breaking the ribbon on this thing, I think I'm just gonna pull, or I can't really pull the USB out, can I? There we go. Take this and put it right over here. Have the USB fall on the ground and almost tear that ribbon cable. I guarantee you that cable is going to be torn at some point. Close enough. That's a dead battery if I remember right. So it don't matter too much. This can be unplugged. So I'm going to be reorging this thing anyway. I'm going to just take all this crap off the desk. Actually, those wires are fine. These wires are okay. I don't know what this cable goes to. Oh, that's the scanner cable. So my scanner wasn't even plugged in. Let's plug that in where it's supposed to go 91% of the way through. These USB wires are okay where they are. This needs to come out of this way. In fact, that needs to go back in the box. And I'm going to pull this USB cable out of here as well. Put the camera down. Oops. Yeah. Pull these wires out of here. Because these wires are not even computer related. Like, I mean, come on. Oh, it's about done. It's almost ready to reboot now. Installing updates now. Although I don't know how that's really going to go without a network connection going to it. This shouldn't be plugged in. And it's not. So, there's the Tech 2 out of the way. Urgh. This wired network cable can go out of the way as well. And these things can just be pulled out of the way. Oh, it is now rebooted. As you can probably see. Or maybe it hasn't rebooted. The light's off. So it shouldn't be powered on. What happened? There we go. Now it is rebooted. So I'll let that do its job, basically. And I'll get all this junk out of my way. Not going to boot it from the CD. In fact, the scanner can just be unplugged, moved out of the way. I'm just going to throw it up here for now. This thing can unplug this wire. Move this thing out of the way. And get this thing off the table. This is the USB drive. I'm not sure where all of these cables go, but there's a cable going down here to something. Oh, that's not a cable going down to anything. It's a cable going to the printer. It's now completing installation, if you were wondered. And we have a gigantic mess right here to clean up. So, those are some bottle caps. Go ahead and just bring all this dust into one place. Move this out of the way. Throw the dust away. Grab the Windex. And clean it up. Prettify it. Just make it nice and pretty and good. Once again, I'm not going to make it perfect because I can't make it perfect, but might as well get it as clean as possible. Oh no, it's installed a display driver. Or at least well, I wouldn't say it's the proper display driver, but get that out of the way. Just do a basic cleanup on these table here. Yeah, there's a huge thing right there. And that should be pretty good. I'm going to let that dry before I put any of the, well, except for the mouse pad. I'll put the mouse pad down. But everything else is just going to sit and wait around while that dries, and then we'll go ahead and put it back on. But there you have that, basically. Well, this sits here and still completes installation. It is now 9:43. I think I started at 9:30, so it's been about 13 minutes since I started the install. Another reboot. Again, it's doing this stuck on blank thing. My camera is really not having a good time focusing tonight. Here we go. Notice how it boots up a lot faster, posts faster, when it doesn't have all that stuff that it needs to load in addition to what it already had. Or, yeah, you get what I mean. Alright, so let's finish up this. And we're going to type in a password, so let's do that. And we're going to have to type in our product key. Where's my key? There's my key. Oh, it is doing something. Okay. Alright, there we go. That's more like it. Let's ask me later here. I'm in the Eastern time zone. But I got the time right. Let's connect to my network. This is a home network. Alright, so now it's going to ask me, what the hell? I don't know which home group that's from, but it's not on my network. So anyway, here's our first look at the desktop almost 20 minutes later. That wasn't that long. And I'm going to finish up with my resetting up of all this wired crap, and then we'll deal with everything else. Alright, I'm amazed. It found all of the drivers right away. Well, at least the very most of them. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to just go to Lenovo's website. Or not. Download the drivers. So, let's see here. Not sure what all it needs. Oh, I'm just gonna probably download the system update. That's XP crap. I don't want XP crap. I want Windows 7. Windows 7, I want system update. 503, that's what I like to see. Go ahead and run that. Actually, let's save it, because I think it needs .NET 3.5. And I do have .NET 3.5, I just don't remember where I put my disk that had .NET on it. So let me go find that. So obviously it didn't actually need .NET 3.5. I didn't even install it. It just sort of is working. GM45 display driver it doesn't have. And now we have a whole bunch of other drivers that need to be installed. A couple of optional ones. Select everything. Just install everything, because I said so. And so that'll probably take a very, very long time, but I don't know for sure. So let's wait until that's finished. Now that looks pretty good. We'll leave it like that. I actually have a slideshow going on the background, so it will change the desktop background every so often. Eventually I'm hoping to change that so that it works with my images and instead. And then disk can come out of there. As can that. Because that's not what I wanted at all, actually. This disk needs to be formatted. Perform a quick format on the drive. And that worked. did exactly what I wanted it to do. And we gained somebody that first started. Well, it went ahead and auto-restarted itself, and now it's doing updates. So there's a thing that just happened. Whatever, I guess. Now that is interesting. I was able to do a fingerprint login without actually registering fingerprints. It just wants me to update my password. Kind of funny that it still uses that Windows XP icon. Nice. Picked up right where it left off with the installation of all of these updates and whatnot. The last ones are just update modules. 3 packages did not install. Well, that's kind of stupid. I just installed them. Well, in any event, let's let this run. Again. See how many it finds now. Alright, so a couple of them are not installing, and I have to do it manually. Restart that later. Apparently I don't have a network connection now. Whatever. I don't know why I don't have an internet connection. I don't know why that happened. In any event, all these should just install automatically. Power management. No, that's one of these. All my programs, I'm just going to install them to the system drive, because by the time I'm doing the system drive, I've installed a whole crap ton of programs that don't matter. Apparently this stopped working. Alright, one issue I've noticed is that the on-screen display is completely broken, but I can't fix that because, well, Lenovo wants to be a piece of junk. Well, if they want to do that, whatever. Let them do what they want. Check for updates, you stupid hunk of crap. I guess it won't check for updates. What the hell is going on? Why is this so broken? This is stupid. Oops. Bits. Should be started and update. Windows update. Should be started. I'm going to just restart it then. Service is not running my ass. I hate this piece of junk. Nothing I have tried has worked. So I'm just going to try and... I'm going to go last resort. I'm going to try the service pack and we're going to see what happens. Otherwise, I'm going to just go ahead and download all the offline updates. Screw that. I'm going to run a system restore, because I think if I remember right, it was a driver update that broke it in the first place. So let's try this and see what this does. I don't think it's going to do a whole heck of a lot, but you never know. Alright, so far so different. No longer prompts me for fingerprint access. What I think I'm going to do is, instead of using system update, I'm going to just download all the drivers manually. System restore completed. Good. That is what I like to see. And I want to see if that actually did anything. I doubt it. You know, we could get lucky and it actually did do something. Would you look at that? I think we are going to get lucky and it's going to have actually done something. Alright, oh yes, it is definitely some update module in the system update that has broken, or that breaks Windows Update. So Lenovo needs to get their act together, and they need to test their stuff before actually releasing it, because obviously something like that shouldn't be happening. Again, I'm not going to be using system update, well, ever again, to be perfectly honest with you. You first must install an update to Windows Update. Okay. We're only receiving updates for Windows, but that will change eventually. So I am actually quite pleased with that, at least so far. You know, of course, it's probably just going to end up breaking itself eventually anyway. Change that theme back. Oh, now it changed my desktop background. To... I don't even know what that is. Oh, it's rock of some kind. So let's see if that ends up actually working like it's supposed to. I'm going to be cautiously optimistic, because after all this crap, it probably won't. Well, we'll see. Now that is what I love to see. So obviously Lenovo screwed something up and didn't do something, or Microsoft screwed up by not checking their update patch, but whatever, I guess. Alright, so what is here? Well, we have some updates for drivers and things. So why not? Let's install these updates for drivers and things. So I'm going to install all the updates, and then I'm going to install the drivers after I'm done installing the updates, because that's just, well, me. I'd want to have all the current updates before I even bother to go anywhere else. So this is just basically actually a test recording in night mode, or night alive mode as they call it. As you can see, the shutter speed changes pretty drastically when you're looking at some certain things. Yeah. Let's turn on all the lights and see what we get. See if there's anything that's visible. Oh yeah, you can see a few things. Probably see in there, or not. All these papers that are in here that I actually can hardly see. The camera can see it better than what I can see. But anyway, turn it back to intelligent auto mode, then we don't get that anymore. Just restarted. This I haven't even done updates on yet, so I haven't bothered. Yeah, this has now started to install updates. Still has 147 of them to get through, and it's only it's 1:02 in the morning. And I need to be awake tomorrow. So this is kind of a problem. Should not have done this, should have just done it yesterday, when I told myself that I was going to, but, well, procrastinators don't always do things when they tell themselves to do them. Whatever. What happens, happens. That is a very, very interesting screen resolution. What is that? Is that 640 by 480? Or is that 800 by 600? It's 800 by 600. Good. I was going to say. Wonder if the driver just died. It would make sense. It's installing a driver anyway, but that, just the instant change was like, whoa, what just happened? Okay. Alright, the first batch is now done. Took 45 minutes to do that or thereabouts. So that took quite a bit of time. Hopefully not all the batches take that long. Otherwise, that's pretty obscene. Especially right now, because I still have to install programs too. It's gonna take a while. And the service pack. Service pack needs to be installed. Kind of important. Because RTM isn't actually in support anymore. Yeah, the machine is shut off. I don't know why it does that sometimes. I still can't get over the boot time difference between when I have all the USB hubs plugged in and when I don't have all the USB hubs plugged in. It's a striking difference. It's a pretty big difference. Never really could quite understand that. But then again, I never professed to understanding a whole lot of things. Right, so we're about ready to log in now, I think. Taking an awfully long time. Yep, here we go. Alright. Oh, look at that. IE9 is installed now. But we're not done. Still have a lot more to install. Hundreds of updates. This CBS file can just go away. I guess apparently this is not going to work. That's always possible. .NET Framework 4. I hate .NET Framework 4. Whatever, let's just install it. Which might take forever. Right, Service Pack is here in and amongst all these other updates, so I'm just gonna go ahead and let it download those and install those, and hopefully soon I'll be able to get ready to install programs. Alright, first restart here. So we'll have to see how long this takes. Alright, Service Pack is installed, so let's go ahead and log in here. And there should be nothing else that I need to really... Well, actually, there will be more updates. There will definitely be more updates. There's no way there aren't more updates. It only took about maybe 20 or so minutes to install updates, or install that service pack, so that was pretty good. Just as I had suspected, there are hundreds upon hundreds of updates to install. Right, it's the next day, about 4 o'clock, and we're now ready to install the drivers. So let's just go through. I'm going to go through all of these one by one, and we'll see what they are and all of that. Right, all the drivers are now installed. We can go ahead and restart, or at least all the few drivers that I did bother to install to begin with are now installed. So, it should now be okay to reboot. And we'll see how broken Windows is after this. And once again, it's going to probably ask me to swipe my finger. It's just going to tell me that there's no match because it's a piece of crap. There we go. And it's installed. And we're now going into the system. Sweet. You must restart your computer to apply these changes. Well, I just restarted my computer, but I guess now I have to restart it again. If it'll restart. 8 messages. Well, I guess I can't see those 8 messages. That's more better now that Windows isn't broken. Alright, now we have to install all the patches for everything that's installed. I believe, yes we do. We now have the proper working thing, so it's actually doing its job this time instead of just being outright broken, like it was before. Wrong version, so I'm just going to delete that. Wrong version, so I'm just going to delete that. We don't need that patch. Don't need that one either. Probably not going to work. So we don't need that because we can just like outright delete it. So we don't need that either. Gives me a DOS window and doesn't do anything. Excuse me. So I guess it's not really going to do anything. We only really need the one. Alright, so that's done. Let's go ahead and restart again. Just to make sure that everything is kosher and working the way that it's supposed to. Alright, everything seems to work. Now let's install the programs. Camera's about to run out of batteries here, which isn't very helpful. Old version of code blocks. Can I have like a complete install? Everything, just install it all? Because I ask for it, except for that. Because I don't need that. Look at it, flying through the setup. I don't need the graphics files. And sometimes it's just fun to listen to music, or mod plug music. Even if it's just a sample song that's just been sped up, like, by several tempo points. I don't have all my files on here yet. I have to wait until I put it back over here with all this other stuff. I think it sounds faster when it's sped up like this. It's virtual PC. Notice that ModPlug has come with a couple of different songs in this version. Different default songs. Here's a couple of them. They no longer have Potato Peeler Zone, and there's one other that they got rid of. I can't remember the name of it. But this one, this is Je suis baguette, and I actually like it. It's too bad it's so quiet. Hey, it didn't put a desktop icon. What the hell? Did it actually even install? Where is Virtual PC? There it is. I'm gonna have to put all of my devices back in here. Just install all the things. I wonder if I can throw that into an intro or something like that. Not that I'm looking into making a new intro. Watch my video get muted because it matches a song. I don't really need to start VirtualBox. Shut up. Until after I'm done installing one stuff. Seems a lot of tracker music is done using C64 type noises. Because that's what you're hearing right now, that whim noise or whatever they call it. I don't know, I don't remember what they actually call it. There's a term for it though. I don't care. Nope, that's not happening. Did it just restart from the beginning? Oh no, there are still a couple of parts. And it just pitches up, which a lot of songs seem to do. I might just throw this music into like some other video or something like that. Or like at the end of this video if you want to hear it. Oh crap! I forgot to download what's its face? Debut video cache. Actually, I'm not even really using Debut because Debut sucks. But well, what are you gonna do? It just repeats. So as you can see, I'm very obviously using Aurora here instead of original Firefox, simply because I don't know if this will actually work any better, but Firefox has been a gigantic piece of crap lately and has just been crashing all the time. Now I'm going to install Google Chrome because I kind of use it. Should probably be careful about what I play in my videos, but well, I don't really care that much. So, ha ha ha. Nope, I don't want my default browser. Oh yeah, I'm going to have to change that to point to my downloads folder on the D drive. Oops. Here's a blast from the past for everybody that was watching my channel way back, I think, when I would have first started doing intros. Well, not quite. When I first got my other... anyway, okay, just listen to it. You'll probably recognize it if you've been subscribed for a while. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was going to install Sony Vegas. There's my license key, which you can't see because it's a license key. Come on. This should hopefully change tonight at some point to something else. I feel that vibrating the entire desk. Sure, if I install DVD Architect, I might use it all at once, or never. I'm gonna install the initial stuff. See just how slow this moves. Sounds decent when you speed it up. Alright, as you can obviously see, it's now working. So the only thing left to do is to put this machine back where it goes, get all my files over, and set up Firefox and Chrome the way that they were set up before. And that looks more like it should look. Let's actually watch the cavalcade of drivers, though. There's that up so you can plug it in properly. See, oh, look at all the drivers. So now we're gonna have to install the Epson scanner driver again. There's my malware drive. Hopefully nothing was set to auto run, otherwise I just infected my computer with a virus. Watch more things just decide they're gonna load. Let's plug in the brick for that thing. So now all the drives should be on, everything should be working. Here's our Toshiba drive. Unknown device. Well, which one didn't it get? Oh, I know what drive it didn't get. This one again. There we go. That's more like it. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to eject the CD. Actually, I'm going to eject this first. It'll pop when I want it to. That drive in there. Alright, we are somewhat good to go. Video backup is the E drive. That's good. So that might mess up a few things there, but whatever. Everything should be okay. What's this? Matrix. Anyway, so now all I need to do is transfer my files over, but there's no real point in showing all of that. So there you have it. Thank you for watching. If you have any comments, feel free to leave them down below. And this is CP666 signing off. I hope to see you next time. Till then.